Hey, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. Chuck here. We have a list of 21 properties. Again, another solid list. Like I've been doing this more than 5 years, showing up 5 days a week on video, and we've had a great month of May, possibly in the top 5 months I've ever seen in real estate for really good homes. Now, whether or not the price point is to your liking, that's one thing, but the quality, especially compared to what else is sold and on the market, is very strong. So let's get started. So this one at 1390 Main Street, number 304, pardon me, is really the entry point to get in the market. You don't really see a lot less than about 260 right now, and it's a 1-bedroom condo. 651 square feet. It's called an Oxford model. They show the floor plans here, and for some reason they decided to highlight the whole thing. Anyway, it's a good building for getting access to the 401. Even if you had to take the GO train, you could just walk right down Main, and once you hit Thompson, you're pretty much there. And then we've got another one here, same different building but same complex, 287.5. It's a 1-bedroom plus a den, and 893 square feet. It doesn't say that in the description, but if you know the floor plans, that's how big they are. My problem with something like this is it's a 1-bedroom plus a den, and the thing is, for the same price or something similar, I would rather go to something like a condo townhouse for 300, 310, and I'd get my 3 bedrooms, I'd get my backyard, I wouldn't have to worry about elevators. I mean, there is something nice about just turning your key and, off I go if I travel a lot or anything like that. But I think for the majority of first-time buyers or even downsizers, it might make sense. I find that the amount of property you get is much greater in even a condo townhouse as you start to creep close to 300,000. Now we've got a head-to-head battle here. This one on Attenborough, 3849. It's a current model. It's about 1,200 square feet, 1195. You've got carpet, nice looking kitchen, and you've got the living dining main floor. And then you go upstairs and you have 2 bedrooms and 1 washroom. There's a little nook for a desk here, and there you go. They put the park there. I mean, it's a couple streets away, but here's the other one head to head. So you go down to the next one on the list, Dalhousie Gate. It's our listing. In full disclosure, $2,000 more is easily made up by the fact that you have hardwood stairs, right? The other one is carpeted stairs. You have a hardwood main level. You still have a very nice kitchen here. That is actually chalkboard paint. So you can write. Let me see if there's a better angle on it. Yeah, right here. You could actually write on that wall. I am not saying that you should do weird things at parties, but people have. They've drawn interesting pictures on that chalkboard. So 2 bedrooms upstairs. The other thing that you have is you have 2 washrooms upstairs, so a total of 3 washrooms, and there's also laundry on the upstairs. And then you also have the park here, plus you also have the park that they showed, the Milton Community Park too. So head to head, I just think the advantage is clear. Go to Dalhousie. Okay, next up is Whewell, detached home, 469. We don't see that very often. It only has 1 bathroom upstairs, and I believe they modified this main floor to include a powder room on the main level, which typically I've seen it doesn't include. But it's a pretty tight layout. You don't have a lot of extra space here. And we're going to see a couple of today's listings have, let's just call it subpar photos. Mostly it's a resolution thing. And then you've got this one that finishes off at a higher resolution. I mean, it's hard to find detached homes. The other thing for 469, the other thing I noticed is 101 foot deep is about 12 feet deeper than what you usually find for this style of home. And so your backyard, in addition to having a smaller house, which makes your yard bigger, you also might have additional space. So there's no photos of it, but I have a feeling that might be one of the best features of this home. So we've got a couple of homes in the older section. This one's in Dorset Park on Briar Crescent that I would say are, I don't want to say over improved, but they're far beyond what most homes are doing in that area. I mean, there's been homes on Briar Crescent that have sold for 420, 430, up to 450. So when I saw 549, I actually read it as 459 because my brain is used to seeing the street being in, having the first number be a 4. Now, they've done some great work in here. It's just a question of how this would, like even going out to some of the other streets in the area, the thing is for 550, with these finishes, you're usually getting a bigger lot. So this is the street that goes right around Max Milk at Woodward and Wilson. And so being on a 30 by 98 foot lot, it's still bigger than a lot of the newer homes, but I feel like this price could work with these finishes, but I think it would have to be on one of the other streets in order to make sense. So, you know, we'll see what happens. Maybe, well, for sure they're going to break the record on the street. There's no doubt about that. We're going to make reference to this one on Grenke Place later in the episode when we look at a home that's almost the same size as this one and asking $80,000 more. So this is 1638 square feet, and they've done some nice finishes. So people might look and say, well, it doesn't have hardwood. To put hardwood in is probably in that size of room $2,000 tops. It's a good looking kitchen, but that's your main floor right there. Just kitchen, just family room. And then you've got 3 bedrooms upstairs, and they're not bad size rooms. They've got a glass shower ensuite. This is a really neat looking wainscoting here with almost like a kind of a diagonal. You usually don't see that. And a bit of landscaping in the back too. I think this one looks good, and double garage at this price point is not easy to find. Now this property on Holly is right on the corner of Holly and Derry, so you get road noise here. You definitely, it's got a nice wide lot. They only bought it maybe a year and a half ago, and it was good when they bought it. I think they've actually done a little bit more work and taken it up another notch. At 574 though, this is higher than the area normally sells for, and you know, hot tub and everything else. So they've done a very nice job here. And when it sold before, I remember it selling for a very good price. Let's see what happens. It's a very unique property. It has the location is the thing that really is the only drawback to it, and would cause a buyer maybe to not be interested. The rest of the house looks great. For around the same price as the last one on Holly, you can move to Oak Street. And so $579 is the price here. A circular driveway is something we just don't see very often. Inside the house, not sure how big it is. The kitchen's a little bit small. And you're really paying for land value though. I mean, if you look at what's happening around this area, that you can see custom homes popping up everywhere. So the future value on this is very strong. Now this one on Sydenham is the one I wanted to compare to Grenke, 639. It's right around the same size, around 1,600 square feet. The finishes might be a little better than Grenke, but I don't think they're 80,000 better. We have seen this home like even there was one on Lederman that's very nicely finished, not far from the Milton Community Park, and it's been hanging around for a while. So at 639, I get that this one's nice. It's a 4-bedroom. The rooms are not huge upstairs. I mean, when you've got a home that's just over 1,600 square feet and you try and pack 4 bedrooms plus 2 washrooms up there, you know, you still got to put a fence in. Let's see what happens with it. I mean, it's nice, and nice homes tend to command a premium. I'd be surprised if I saw this one sell close to this. I would certainly congratulate whoever was responsible for that happening. So this one on Stringer has had a kind of a long history on the market. They tried $895 last year, and then put it back out this year at $895, and then $845, and now $825. And I think this is a lot closer to what they should expect for this home. It's about a 3,500 square foot home. Arista had a couple properties that had the 3rd level loft, like the Livingston and this one, the Wakefield. And I really like this 3rd level loft. I just think that it opens up opportunities for like a kids play area, a home office, a nanny suite. and they've also finished the basement. So they've, at this point, at $825, you know, you kind of burn some of your first impression momentum when you've been on the market a few times, but I feel like this is a good price, and they've spent a lot of money on it. They said in the description it's $200,000 spent on upgrades. You don't always get that back. I mean, a lot of the education we give to sellers is there's some things that give you at or above what you spend, and there's many things that don't. Landscaping generally being one of them, but I think it's a good price point for what you're getting. I think if you compare across at the 800 level, this is one for sure. This is one of the largest square footage properties, and then you know they've got good finishes too. So I actually like this one. I wasn't crazy about it at $895, and I think even now at $895 we're starting to see a lot of homes that have the green space and the privacy. This is a good price point now. Now we've got one on Switzer. So even just comparing head to head, we're taking out a finished basement from the one we just showed you on Stringer. We're changing the area, obviously. Now we're in Coates. The other one on Stringer is in Scott. So we're taking away about 500 square feet, the third level loft. And what we're adding is a massive backyard with a pool. And you know, there's homes that put a pool on a regular size builder lot and there's nothing extra. This one has a huge yard. It actually has really nice finishes in here too. So the kitchen looks nice. It's a Vanderwood model, so it's 3053 square feet. You've got a front separate room. You've got a loft upstairs plus 4 bedrooms. And each bedroom has its own washroom access. But the yard here is just outstanding. Probably 5 times a year we see a lot that looks like this. They're holding back on offers, and I expect this one to be definitely more than one offer. Absolutely, for sure, no doubt about it. Now if you check the listings, the ones after this one on First Line are again another one on Inglis. We had 2 yesterday, all in the 1.2 to 1.3 range. That's a very cluttered price range right now. I like the fact that these guys on First Line have gone underneath the 1.2 mark. It says it's only a 3-bedroom, which for the size of this home, being more than 3,500 square feet is a little surprising. You'd usually expect more bedrooms than that and higher ceilings. Put a lot of money into this one. They said $500,000 mission style door here. Yeah, it's a neat property. Indoor pools are always, I would say, the feature that I like the most to display on daily homes is an indoor pool. I just think with the kind of weather that we have, I mean, in May we had cold days. I mean, our summers feel like they're shrinking, and so to have something that you can use 12 months out of the year like this, I think just immediately creates, to me, so many opportunities for fun. And, you know, if you work from home, just go in the pool. It doesn't matter what time of year it is. So I like this one a lot. That is the list. So if you want to come check out an indoor pool with me or an outdoor pool on Switzer, then just reach out. We're here to help. And we talked yesterday about how to get daily email updates. Just go to homefinderprogram.com, or the same site with a different name is miltonmarketwatch.com. So have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.